So I've long said that one of the biggest use cases for Hedera is in the world of AI, and I think this new news around AI and crypto and HBAR and Nvidia is definitely a big step in this direction. So we're going to start our Hedera segment by looking at this piece of news. And this comes from Sean. Breaking: Nvidia and Accenture's government solution provider announced the integration of HBAR into the Blackwell platform. The entire US government, all EU countries, and many parts of Asia will track their AI workflows on Hedera. Not doing so is simply a risk to national security, and there's no alternative, which comes integrated into Nvidia and Intel chips out of the box. This can move so many needles at once. I think this is huge, by the way. And that is related to this NVIDIA Blackwell platform to support, in case you're wondering where this is coming from, to support Equity Labs verifiable compute deployment, announced in collaboration with Scan Computers, Accenture, Public Sector, and built on Hedera. This is great. Equity Labs verifiable compute on NVIDIA Blackwell. If you're a Hedera fan, this is a big deal. This is what you want to see. I think this is awesome. I think pretty much every crypto company would be welcoming this. Now, I think Hedera has made some big moves. They have the agent lab, they have the AI lab. They tend to make labs. They tend to make like specific, hey, let's make a whole little ecosystem for you guys for this one thing. And they've been really all in on AI. Now you've seen companies like Algorand as well, blockchains like Algorand looking at that as well, but to me, nobody else has like signaled and pushed for AI integration as much as Hedera has. They've just done the work. So this is great to see. By the way, not the only piece of Hedera news that we have. This one comes via Coinman. The HBAR Salt is making a full-fledged debut on the Hedera network, ushering in a new chapter in the world of MemeFi. Let's see what this means, actually. So Salt is an exchange. Here's the article. So it's an exchange, and let's see, in 2024, the cryptocurrency market is entering yet another cycle. The DeFi, wow, that's really old. Did they mean 2025? They must mean 2025 because this article is from 4 days ago. I think they just, I've actually been doing that too myself. Every once in a while, I'll accidentally type 2024 for some reason. Anyway, the DeFi and meme coin ecosystems continue to evolve rapidly, with users seeking platforms that are faster, more intuitive, and more reward driven. At this pivotal point, Salt is making its full-fledged debut on Hedera network, ushering in a new chapter for the world of MemeFi. I don't know what MemeFi is. So they basically said Hedera is practically in untapped territory when it comes to meme coin ecosystems. It has been focused on the B2B side for a while. And by the way, this is an important point because Hedera has signaled that they are focusing more on retail this year. And the reason why is because even though they are seeking that B2B, they're seeking that enterprise client, they found that enterprise clients want to see users. So that's why they're focusing on it. So even if you're enterprise focused, like Hedera, Algorand, XRP are all, I would say, enterprise focused chains. And I know Hedera's not a chain, but we don't have a good collective, lack of a collective word for it. I'm just going to call them a chain. So with that caveat, anyway, even though they're focused on enterprise, they still need users. But on the other side, the Hedera network is famous for its low transaction fee and its incomparable speed of transaction time. From this point, we saw a future of building meme coin ecosystem on Hedera. And they highlight, high security and trust, a timely transition, makes sense, yeah, and institutional friendly environment, which I think is fair. The stablecoin, I think the stablecoin studio is a genius idea. I really do. I think it was very smart. So we're not here to experiment with meme coins. We're here to kickstart MemeFi the right way, from the ground up on Hedera. So they're talking about like one-click wallet creation, sniper grade routing engine, real-time insights. I would have went away from sniper. Sniper has a very specific, especially in the meme coin world, has a really specific meaning. People who snipe coins are the ones who are waiting for a new coin to go live and instantly buy it. They have very sophisticated algorithms to buy it and sell it before you've even blinked, you know, and it has kind of a negative connotation, so I might have stayed away from that. But anyway, real-time insights to track token trends and social signals, reward systems, and that incentivize user activity, and integration with major DEXs for seamless access. In short, Salt isn't just another app, it's a full-stack trading platform built for the meme coin era. So maybe this is where it's going to happen, because this sounds a lot like, Salt sounds a lot like Vestige on Algorand, and for the similar platform on Hedera that I have on Algorand with Vestige. It kind of sounds like Salt is the one. I'm going to follow these guys because I want to pay attention to what they're doing from now on. Welcome back. Did they go away? Oh yeah, this is back with Hedera. Apparently they weren't with Hedera before. Pack that Salt. Well, this is definitely a project we're going to keep an eye on because I think this is pretty interesting. And like I said, this might end up being the Vestige of the Hedera world. But let's see, we got more Hedera news. Right from the Hedera Foundation, we're excited to see Hedera join Project Acacia, led by RBA Info. What's that actually? Reserve Bank of Australia is what that means. And the DFCRC will explore how digital money like stablecoins can support the development of Australian wholesale tokenization asset markets. That's a mouthful, huh? That is a mouthful. Basically, bottom line, they're working with the Reserve Bank of Australia. Very cool. Should we read a little bit about this? I think we should read a little bit. So Project Acacia has reached a significant milestone with a number of industry participants selected to explore how innovations in digital money and existing settlement infrastructure might support the development of Australian wholesale tokenized asset markets. Yeah, by the way, a lot of major banks have been starting to do this, not just Australia. Like, I think the Bank of Italy has been testing these for a while. There was another big bank that was testing some of these. So 19 pilot use cases and 5 proof of concept use cases. So these are the participants: Australian Bond Exchange, Australian New Zealand Banking Corporation, Australian Payments Plus, Canvas, Katina Digital, Commonwealth Bank of Australia, Fireblocks, Forte Tech Solutions, Imperium Markets, Northern Trust, Not Centralized, Prospex Group, Westpac Banking Corporation, and ZeroCap. Is Hedera the only one involved? I'm just trying to see if there's other ones that they talk about. I don't really see it. Am I wrong? I don't think they mentioned Hedera in here. Did they? I don't see it. I see DLT though. Issuance of a pilot wholesale CBDC for test use cases will occur on a range of private and public permission DLT platforms. Oh, sorry, including Hedera, Red Belly Network, R3 Corda, Canvas Connect, and other EVM compatible networks. So I haven't heard of any of those besides Hedera. My guess, Hedera will come out ahead in this one, but I'm a little concerned that they're CBDCs because I'm not a big fan of those. I just really, I know they're probably going to have it. I just don't want I don't like the government being in control of something like that, but that's just me. But anyway, you know, if you're a Hedera fan, you want to see it at the forefront, and that's where it is. I got more though. Got a couple more for you. Oh, we talked about that. Take it back. We got. Oh, that's about Salt too. So apparently the Salt one is South Korean based. I didn't realize that. It's actually a mobile trading app. So it makes DeFi feel fast. That's cool. I did, yeah, I didn't know it was a South Korean exchange. That's very cool. Hedera's strongest community, SALT, represents a clear growth opportunity to help bring this country and the wider APAC region on chain and on Hedera. Do I have any other Hedera stuff? And, you know, we kind of covered this before. I think it's worth repeating, though, because I don't know if everyone saw that. Grayscale, the world's largest digital asset-focused investment platform, has added HBAR to Grayscale Smart Contract Fund. By the way, we talked about this in our video earlier this week, and we went into detail. But the reason this is significant is HBAR is in and Polkadot is out. So if you're a Polkadot fan, you probably weren't very happy about this. But for HBAR people, obviously, this is really good news. So the fund, the smart contract fund, they have a few different of these kind of funds. There's a DeFi fund, a smart contract fund, and a Grayscale decentralized AI fund, which you could sort of see Hedera being in that one too. But anyway, the Grayscale smart contract platform fund is 30% ETH, just a little under 30% Solana, 18.5% ADA, almost 9% SWI, 6.7% AVAX, and now 5.8% HBAR, and Polkadot is out the door. So I think this is pretty interesting. Actually, don't follow Grayscale. I should follow them. I think that's pretty interesting anyway. So some very big news for Hedera, and this is definitely something that you want to pay attention. So Kemaldar asked about price prediction. I'm going to caveat this with I do not like price predictions. My method is to always have a plan for it going up and going down, in other words. So I don't want to rely on a price prediction, but I will. What I'll do is, right now, like I said, my average buy on Hedera is about 4 cents. So currently at 20, I'm currently up 5x. And when I'm up maybe a few more x, like around the 40, I think I have my next price target set around 40 cents. I just keep shaving a little off and taking some profit. And that's what I do for all my coins. Like when I'm up, I just take profit. Uh-oh. Not live on Kick. Sorry, Kick friends. They really gotta make Kick more stable. I think I had a pretty good audience over there on Kick too, and it just disappeared. By the way, Snail, welcome to the show. Always happy to have you here. Was in the middle of a segment before, but I hope you have a good weekend as well. Now, when I talk about Hedera, I could see the price going to. I think over $1 is, assuming we have the kind of bull market that we are expecting, which now seems to be underway. I think over $1 is not unheard of. But my plan is not predicated on that. I will take profits on the way up. I'll probably take 10 or 15% here, 10 or 15% there. Like I said, 40 cents is my next target. And that's how I do that. So, but I'm just not a big fan of, I usually react to other people's price predictions because some of them seem like crazy to me. One of the things I really hate, by the way, I can't stand it, is this, I call it market cap math, where people say, well, if this coin had the market cap of this, it'd be worth this much. It's like, yeah, but who cares? That's meaningless. You know, if I had Jose Canseco's batting skills, I'd be in the Major League Baseball. Great, but I don't. So what does that mean? It doesn't mean anything. It's absolutely one of those meaningless statements. Anyway, I think that's our Hedera segment. I think there's definitely there's been a lot of really good news. My last video that I made on Hedera, I think, was so packed with good news that it is probably the best video I've ever had on Hedera.